My brother disappeared in the woods. Last night, he came back. When my brother disappeared, I was 12. He was 14. We were hiking in the woods behind our grandparents' cabin, a place we'd been to dozens of times before. He ran ahead, like he always did, teasing me for being too slow. I turned a corner, and he was just gone. No sounds, no footsteps, just empty trees. Search parties combed the area for weeks. Nothing. No footprints, no belongings, no signs of struggle. It was like the forest swallowed him whole. That was 10 years ago. My family never recovered. My parents divorced. My mom moved out of state. I stopped going to the cabin until last week, when my grandfather passed away and left it to me. I almost didn't go, but something pulled me there. Guilt, maybe, or curiosity. I just needed closure. The first 2 nights were quiet, peaceful, even, but on the third night, I woke up at 3:12 a.m. to a loud knock at the door. One single knock. Then silence. I didn't move, didn't breathe. No one knew I was there. I hadn't told anyone. Then I heard a voice. Ben, it's me. It was my brother's voice. I wanted to believe I was dreaming. I wanted to rush to the door and open it, but I didn't. Instead, I whispered, "Whoever you are, go away." Another pause. "Ben, I'm cold." The voice cracked, just slightly, like someone trying to sound like him, trying too hard. I didn't sleep. The next morning, I found footprints outside the cabin. Bare feet. No shoes. No socks. Just a trail leading into the woods, and then stopping abruptly, like he'd vanished again. I packed my bags that afternoon. I wasn't going to stick around for whatever was playing games with me. But before I could leave, I heard something fall inside the cabin. A photo frame. It was a picture of my brother and me, taken the summer before he disappeared. But something was wrong. His face looked different. His eyes were wide. Too wide. His smile looked stretched, like it had been drawn on. And behind us, barely visible between the trees, was a figure. Tall, pale, watching. I swear it wasn't there before. That night, I nailed the cabin door shut, turned off every light, sat in the corner with a kitchen knife. I know how that sounds. I know. At exactly 3:12 a.m., the knocking I didn't respond. I just sat there, frozen, knife in hand, every muscle screaming at me to run. But where would I go? The knocks didn't come again, but I heard footsteps on the porch. Slow, bare, back and forth for nearly an hour. Then silence. When morning came, I forced myself to check outside. No footprints this time. No sign anyone had ever been there. But I noticed something new. Bark carved into the side of the cabin. Just one word, stay. I drove back to the city that day, but the silence didn't follow me. It got worse. Every night at 3:12 a.m., I hear knocking. First on the apartment door, then on the windows, sometimes on the wall behind my bed. Always followed by his voice. Sometimes laughing, sometimes crying, sometimes whispering, and always the same words. You left me. I stopped sleeping. I moved apartments twice. I even stayed with my mom across the country. But no matter where I go, the knocking comes. Always at the same time. Last night, something new happened. I woke up not to knocking, but to silence. For the first time in weeks, it was quiet. I thought maybe it was over. I allowed myself to relax. I even laughed a little. Then I checked my phone. I had a voicemail. It was 17 seconds long. Nothing but breathing and one sentence, whispered at the very end. Open the door, Ben. We finally found your reflection. I dropped my phone. When I looked up, I saw movement in the mirror across the room. It was me, but I wasn't moving. He was. He raised a hand and knocked on the inside of the glass 3 times. And then he smiled.